Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So the month of February didn't see a ton of brand new releases that I was terribly excited about. Of course, I did show the two that I picked up in my most recent pickup video, but the month of March is a much different beast. There are loads of new releases for us physical media collectors, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys about my most anticipated ones. So let's not waste any time at all. Let's dive right into the 5 most anticipated releases of March 2024. So I do have my phone on me as always, so I'm going to go through the honorable mentions first, and I always try to do this with as little editing as possible, but we shall see. So coming in first, and I'll mention these are all just in release date order, nothing special to the honorable mentions, but coming in first here we have Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, coming from Warner Brothers on March 12th, and of course, this is getting that 4K treatment. I believe there is a steelbook as well. Part of me wants to say that that is a Walmart exclusive, but double check that. I might be wrong. I think that's right though. So this movie, I loved the original Aquaman. I thought it was so good. And frankly, I had no expectations going into it. I did not think it was going to be a favorite of mine, but loved it. I actually wanted to see this new one in theaters last year because it hit theaters in 3D, which is interesting because you just don't see that very often anymore. Unfortunately, my buddy and I just didn't make it up there, so instead I'll have to, settle for the 4K copy of this, which, that said, the original Aquaman was one of the first 4K discs I ever watched, and I was blown away by it. So I have high expectations for this disc as well on my newer, better TV and everything, and a better sound setup. So hopefully this thing is just going to be amazing. So again, this comes March 12th from Warner Brothers, and this is currently $29.99 on Amazon. I will mention here all prices are as of the time I did my research, so basically as of filming. They can obviously vary. The other release that's coming out on March 12th, there's actually 2 of them I'll talk about at the same time, but a couple of James Cameron's films are coming to 4K finally. We have The Abyss and True Lies, and both of these coming from Disney, and like I said, March 12th on 4K. Finally, we are getting some James Cameron films on 4K that people have been clamoring for the longest time. There's actually 3 coming this day, but the third one I'll talk about in my top 5. Now, The Abyss, I'll be 100% honest, I didn't like that movie the first time I saw it. So I have it on DVD. I plan on rewatching that before I end up upgrading to 4K. Maybe I'll love it and I'll upgrade. Maybe I still won't like it and I'll just hold on to the DVD, whatever it is. And then True Lies, I've heard amazing things about that movie, but I've just not seen it. Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold Schwarzenegger, though, this is one, like, I might just double dip on this one anywhere, or upgrade, I should say, because I do own that one on DVD as well. Frankly, though, I don't know that I spent any money on that DVD. I think it was part of my inherited movie collection, so spending $25 on this might not be the worst idea, but I don't know. We'll see. Let me know down below if that's one that I must own on 4K. But yeah, these are both $24.99 on Amazon. I think one's like $24.96, but either way, they're about $25 on Amazon, and both of those are releasing on March 12th on 4K. And then we'll move over to Paramount Pictures on March 26th, so moving to the latter stages of the month. The sequel to a film that I loved when I was younger and has held up shockingly well comes out. We have Good Burger 2. So like I said, I love the original. I watched it not that long ago, I think when the Blu-ray came out, and I thought it was just really good still. So because of that, I really want to see this like so late to the game sequel, but I definitely want to check it out. Now, this is one that is a little bit pricier for what it is. It's $23.99 for Blu-ray. Not a terrible price, but I would have like no-brainer bought this if it was like $14.99 or so. At this price, I'll probably wait a little bit till it does drop a little bit in price. But yeah, very excited to own this one eventually. Love the original. Of course, I will pick up this sequel at some point. And then the final one is from the Warner Archive Collection, also coming out on March 26th on Blu-ray. I'll mention this is a Blu-ray heavy month, more so than 4K, but This is Stand and Deliver. And this one, a lot of people are really excited about. I loved this movie when I saw it back in high school. This is one of those films. There was a select rotation that my high school choir teacher would always play for us every year. And I was in multiple choir classes with him, so I saw these multiple times. But Stand and Deliver was excellent. And so I really want to revisit this. And this is another one. I might end up with this one by the end of the month. It is not super cheap for what it is. It's $21.99, and there are virtually no special features. I think the only special feature on this was like a trailer. That's it. But it's Warner Archive, so I mean, that's kind of the name of the game with them. I don't know if this one will go on sale. They used to do that when Warner Archive was split off from Amazon. They would do the like 4 for $40 deal. You don't really get that anymore, at least not that I've seen. So I don't know. I'll probably end up grabbing this one at some point. I really just want it in the collection. It's a classic. And again, people are just excited about this. So I am as well. So again, Stand and Deliver from the Warner Archive collection hits March 26th. So those are the 5 honorable mentions. Now let's dive over to, or jump over rather, to my 5 most anticipated releases from number 5 all the way down to my most anticipated release of the month. All right, so coming in at number 5, and it is a Blu-ray release. Like I said, it's a very Blu-ray heavy month this time around. At least for me, it is. These are the ones I'm most interested in. But we have, from 1997, Stephen King's The Shining. And of course, this is the 97 TV miniseries coming from Scream Factory to Blu-ray. So this one, I was so torn on this one. I think I talked about it in like maybe 2 or 3 videos back when I did a recent DVD haul, my horror DVD haul. I had Stephen King's The Shining in there. Frankly, that's a hard one to find on a standalone DVD. So of course I picked it up, and to be frank, I bought that well before I knew about this Blu-ray coming, because that was probably from the end of last year. But either way, I actually, after that video, decided, you know what? I'm going to cancel that pre-order. So I canceled the pre-order. And then as I was doing research for this video, I decided I wanted it again. So I pre-ordered it once again. Oh, that's another thing that's really different this time around. All 5 of my top 5, they're already pre-ordered on Amazon. So I know I'm getting all 5 of these. Of course, I can cancel them, but you know what I mean. The chances of me showing these off at the end of the month are very high. Anyway, that aside, I don't love this movie. I think I gave it like 2 out of 5 stars when I last watched it. I did a book versus movie episode on it, Stephen King's, or Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, and the book itself. Not a great movie, but I think it's cool that it's coming to Blu-ray, and I'm very curious. Frankly, this curiosity got the best of me. I'm just really curious how the picture quality is going to improve with this new Blu-ray. The DVD looks, I mean, fine, I guess, for what it is, but what's cool about the Blu-ray is that they did a new 2K scan from the interpositive. So it should look markedly better, but I want to know how much better it's going to look. So because of that, I decided to do the pre-order on this. Let me also mention that because this is a TV miniseries, it is in its original aspect ratio of 1.33 to 1. I know that matters to some people, and from what I can tell and what I've seen in my research, I don't believe this is one of those instances where it was shot in widescreen and then just matted down to full screen for TV release. But maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. It is listed as 1.33 to 1 on Scream Factory's website, so I'm assuming that's not the case here. But that said, one of the other reasons I decided I didn't need this one is because there's not really any new special features here. Everything included is ported over from the DVD release. There's an audio commentary track on this one, plus 11 additional scenes, so I'm sure it's just 11 deleted scenes. So because of that, I just thought, do I really need this one? But whatever, I decided I do. It's currently $49.49 on Amazon, so $29.49 on Amazon. I don't know, probably one of the dumber purchases this month, given that I don't love the movie, but I want to have it in the collection, so I did it. Here we are. Number 5 this month is from 1997, Stephen King's The Shining, being released on Blu-ray from Scream Factory. Everything else on this list, I am very happy that I have pre-ordered. The Shining is the only one which was a little bit questionable. But number 4 is a recent horror movie. This is ISS, and I believe it stands for International Space Station, because that's what this movie is all about. So this one releases from Decal Releasing on March 12th also. And again, this is just a Blu-ray release. So this is one that my buddy and I, we had a double feature day planned, and we were going to go see this one and The Beekeeper is what we were going to go see. Unfortunately, I ended up getting COVID like the night before, and so I had to cancel, and we just had not gotten a chance to like make up that that day yet. So I did miss this one in theaters, and of course now it's coming to Blu-ray, so you know, it is what it is. But because of that, I still want to see this one. This sounds interesting to me. Frankly, this has the potential to be a real stinker, if I'm being frank, but it could really be cool too. So I guess we're following a group of people on the International Space Station, and a war between Russia and America breaks out on Earth. And I don't know who it is, either the Americans or the Russians receive word to basically take over the space station by any means necessary. And then, of course, it's going to pick up from there. So, sounds intriguing. I don't think this is a horror movie. I would call it probably more a thriller, just based on the synopsis alone. But either way, it's space related. I'm very intrigued. I love movies like this. So, this is an interesting one that, again, can go either way. One downside to this is that there are no special features on this disc whatsoever, at least according to the back of the box. There is nothing listed. Now, the reason I'm okay with that this time around is because this thing is cheap. This is a brand new Blu-ray for only $12.49. Now, because of that, I don't mind too much that there are no special features. So hopefully this is one I can pick up and review, but I have so many coming out on the same day. I don't know what I'm going to review, but I need to review something this month. I am behind on my goal, so I absolutely need to review one of these new releases this month at least. But anyway, let me know if you want this one reviewed or maybe something else I talk about it in this video. Let me know down below. But either way, Decal Releasing is doing this one on March 12th on Blu-ray. We have ISS. Number 3 is a rare example of a new release as opposed to a catalog release that I often talk about in here, but of a new release that I've actually seen before. This is The Iron Claw from 2023, and this one releases from A24 or Lionsgate Films on March 26th, and again, we have another Blu-ray release here. So this is one that my buddies and I did go to the movie theaters to see. I think it was the last movie I saw of 2023, and I really enjoyed this one. This is great for pro wrestling fans. Now, if you are someone like myself who is a real wrestling nerd, you might be bothered a little bit by some of the changes that were made, but frankly, I can forgive the vast majority, if not all of those changes, because you have to, you know, fit it into a narrative that lasts about 90 minutes or whatever it is. So it's okay. It is what it is. One of the big omissions that I really still bugs me is the fact that they got rid of an entire brother. I don't know how you do that, but it is what it is. Like I said, it's something that, you know, as a wrestling fan, you'll probably notice. Others who don't know this story, it won't mean anything to them because the story is told really well, paced really well. The acting in this thing is absolutely phenomenal. Zac Efron is just incredible at what he does, and this is such a good film because of him and his supporting cast. Like, it's just awesome. So, if you're a big pro wrestling fan, cannot recommend it enough. Even if you don't know anything about pro wrestling, I still recommend this one because it tells, frankly, one of the most important and interesting stories of one of the most tragic bloodlines in all of professional wrestling. So I really like this one and highly do recommend it. So what's really cool about this also is that there are special features on this release. There is a Q&A with cast and crew along with a making of a special feature, which I love. I am so happy about that because I really want to know more about the making of this movie. Being a huge wrestling nerd, I want to see MJF, right? I want to see MJF filming things. You know, I want to see why they cast Ric Flair as the person they did, because that's the worst part of the movie, not to dog on him again. But anyway, great movie, highly recommend, especially if you are a pro wrestling fan. So this one is currently $24.99 on Amazon, and I cannot wait to get my copy. And again, if you want this one reviewed, let me know, but I've talked about this so many times, I don't think this would be the one I review because I talked about it in just various videos, and my top 10 of last year, it made the list, and it's a good one. I love this one. So anyway, this one comes out on March 26th from Lionsgate Films, part of the A24 releases. My top 2 both do happen to be 4K releases. So coming in at number 2 is the third film of James Cameron that's hitting 4K on March 12th from Disney, we have Aliens. And I love this movie. Of course I do. Who doesn't? You know, I have the quadrilogy set up there, and I'll just keep buying this on whatever format comes out. Like, it's a great movie. I had it on DVD. I think the only one I don't have it on that would be cool to have it on is VHS, but that's neither here nor there. So they are selling this one or marketing this one as the ultimate collector's edition. Frankly, I hope that's the case. One thing I noticed about this release is that it does have both the theatrical and the director's cut included. And it does appear that both releases are on the 4K disc itself. Now, a lot of times, even with number one that I'll talk about here, you don't get that. Either, you know, the theatrical cut will be on the 4K disc, and then the unrated or the director's cut will be on the Blu-ray, or vice versa. I don't know why that happens. It's probably just to keep the visual quality the best they can. But either way, it looks like both of these are on the 4K disc, and that's what I was gathering from the back of the box. Now, I can't guarantee it, but that's what it looks like according to the back of the box of this one. So this does have a couple special features included with it, which is nice to see. Honestly, I don't know that any on my I don't know if that any of these included are going to be different than what's on my quadrilogy set that I have on Blu-ray, but either way, not everyone owns that and don't care about the other two movies, so I understand. So this one does have some special features, which is really cool to see. On top of that, this 4K disc is getting the Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos treatment. So hopefully this one holds up to all of our expectations, because I know I am not the only one picking this one up this month. This is currently $25.49 on Amazon, and I really hope it lives up to that Ultimate Collector's Edition moniker. Coming March 12th, the third of the James Cameron films hitting 4K, Aliens. Oh baby, I have been waiting so long to include this one on my top 5 list. We have, coming March 19th, The Rings collection from Scream Factory. This is one that I pre-ordered way back in October of last year, because I believe it was originally planned to be released in November of 2023. For whatever reason, it got delayed, and delayed quite a bit to March. But finally, the time is upon us. We are finally getting The Ring, The Ring 2, and Rings on 4K in that boutique treatment that I cannot wait to dive into. This set looks absolutely amazing. So let me mention this, like I talked about for number 2, this one for The Ring 2, the theatrical cut is available on the 4K disc, and the unrated is only available on the Blu-ray. So that's what I was talking about. Sometimes companies do this, sometimes they don't, but in this case, that's how they're running The Ring 2. But yeah, this is like a franchise I really like. I love the first one. I saw that multiple times in theaters. I skipped school one time in my life, and me and my friend went to go see The Ring in theaters, and it was like my 3rd or 4th time seeing it. Like, I loved that movie. It set me on the path of watching a lot of J-horror in the following years. Like, just a great film. And then we have The Ring 2. I seen that movie one time. I watched it on DVD from Family Video when I was staying with my cousins one time. And I liked it well enough for what it was, but I don't remember it all that well. So I cannot wait to revisit it. I know it doesn't get a lot of love, but it is what it is. And then the third one, Rings, from, what's that, like 2017 or something? A lot more recent. Yeah, 2017. That one I've just not seen at all. I have it on Blu-ray behind me, but I've never sat down to watch it. So I'll just hold off now and watch it on the 4K release. Cannot wait to check these out. And what's awesome is that these are getting the Dolby Vision treatment on all 3 films. And then the first 2 films have a 5.1 and a 2.0 DTS HD master audio track. And then Rings also has a 7.1 DTS HD master audio track on there. So should look and sound just amazing. I'm thrilled that these are finally coming. And then the special features front. Now, admittedly, there is only one new special feature. It's, I forget what it's called, but it's something on the first movie. And so excited about that one. But just the fact that all of these special features are going to be available in one place, that's good enough for me. And I've not watched virtually any special features on The Ring over the years, excluding like the the video that they watch in the movie. You can watch that as a special feature on the DVD or the Blu-ray, whichever one I watched it on. But yeah, love this franchise. Love that Scream Factory is giving this the boutique treatment. This one is currently $62.99 on Amazon. So yes, a bit pricier, but remember you're getting 3 films on 4K. So about 20 bucks a film, which isn't so bad when you think about the fact that it's a boutique release. So very happy this is coming out. Cannot wait to get my hands on it. Coming March 19th from Scream Factory on 4K, The Rings Collection. All right, so March looks like one of the better months we've had in quite some time here. Cannot wait to add some of these to my physical media collection. But I want to hear from you guys. Are you grabbing any of the titles I talked about today? And if so, which ones? Let me know down below. Do I absolutely have to grab True Lies on 4K? Am I going to love it? Let me know what you think down in the comments about that and anything else you might be thinking about. Leave those comments down there. I really do appreciate that. But that is it for today, guys. So thank you so much for checking this one out. Before you go, if you could hit that like button, that engagement, it really does help me out. But with that said, I want to encourage you all to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.